So we're back. We're on to Guide 6, which is finishing our OpenROV 2.7 build. So in Guide 6, what we're going to need is needle nose pliers, a small screwdriver set, soldering iron, safety glasses, wire strippers, heat gun, electrical tape, disposable rubber gloves, silicone lube, super glue, a metric measuring tape. Actually, we don't need that. I've already done it right here for my laser calibration station, and a utility knife. If you hear some grinding in the background, that's actually Lucy. She's got a brand new bone. Was trying to keep her from whining, and that was also the bone. So without further ado, let's get started. So I've just finished up my OpenROV 2.7 build. I only need to leak test it and attach the final tether. I didn't get a chance to run down the street with this and untwist it today, so I figured I'd wait till tomorrow to do that. So then I'll just wait for my batteries to show up, pressure test it. I've got a dunk tank outside. I'll put it down and cross my fingers and hope I did a good job and it doesn't leak. I learned a few things in the build. Let's see, what are some things? Okay, so one thing to keep in mind when you are potting your electronics chassis, your e-chassis, you definitely want to, let me see if I can show you this. You want to make sure that this guy, that you don't over pot it. So I actually put too much epoxy in there, and so it actually presses out just a little bit. And what you end up having to deal with then is right in here, you'll actually bump up against that. And when they say cut this, your 6 wires that you can use to attach other cool stuff to your OpenROV, those guys, when you seal them, it says cut them flush with the base. Well, I kind of left them long because I didn't see a picture. I didn't know exactly what they were talking about. And so what I also found is that I had to kind of tuck them back in so that this area right there was bumping them less. Again, putting the epoxy, a little bit too much epoxy right there, probably is part of the issue. So that's a little bit tight. What happens then is if I don't make sure that everything's clear, it presses on it. I couldn't figure it out why my end cap was like prying itself off, and I'm like, what is going on here? And so that's what's going on. Just a few little adjustments in there, and everything's fine though. So on my next build, I'll make sure to make sure this is kind of pressed in and running really parallel to the actual e-chassis tube. And I'll know how long to cut those 6 auxiliary wires. And what else did I learn? Let's see. I think that I like running my my straps with this on the side, just because that way I can pull it a little bit and snap it. And then let's see, this guy works okay. The little the syringe tip in there, you can actually hear it when you press it together. You can hear it blow out gas like that. We'll pop it off, and then you'll see this when I press it in. Let's see, if I put it in first, I can't press it together, but if I take it out, press it together, you hear it, it goes, and it blows a little bit of a little bubble of gas. So that means that I'm getting a pretty good seal with that thing. There we go, put it in. I may end up trimming this a little bit. It might just be that it's also a little bit thick the way I twisted my wiring. So, wow, all in all, this was so much easier than the 2.6 build, and I'm really looking forward to building these with kids. So we have at least 2 groups that are getting ready for a build. The kids at TAF, the Technology Access Foundation at Lakewood Park, and then also a group down in Burien at the Environmental Science Center. And I'm so excited to start those. I just can't wait. And let's see, yeah, gotta wait for my batteries and we'll get her in the water. Not much else. I'll write up a more thorough review after everything is put together and rolling, in case there are some other little issues, but I don't foresee any problem. Yeah, so this was just so much fun, and I know that it'll be good to have the table back. This took a little bit longer than I was expecting, not the actual build itself, but the days in between, because I got a little bit distracted playing with the Phantom 2 quadcopter, putting on the FPV from my Phantom 1 and good stuff like that, tinkering around with it and flying it and practicing with it. So this should be a really great addition. We're gonna have aerials, we'll have ROV, and then I can scuba dive. So we're just gonna have this great mix of dynamic visuals to tell the story of Puget Sound and the watersheds and the impact that we the people have on our beautiful Emerald Sea. So signing off for now. I think I'm gonna go to the gym. I've been sitting here a little too long. Have a great one, everybody. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.